be some sort of 2 gateway robo push, or even maybe 3 or 4 gateway. But then there is always the chance to expand a little while after that quite safely. And look, Kiwikaki always checking for cheese. He's one of the most consistent players in this tournament for checking if anything fishy's going on. He will get to his opponent's base a little bit later, but that's not too big of a deal. He's going to make certain that nothing goofy happens. So, I mean, I would like to see more early expands this game, though.
Both players went ahead and sent out a probe just to make sure that their opponents are not up to anything crazy. Proxy pylons or proxy gateways often occur earlier on this map, and looks like both players aren't going to be doing anything of that nature, but they have to make sure just in case.
That's right. I mean, on this map, there's especially a lot of places to hide. You can hide it on the left side of your main plateau, behind the natural expansion, down here by the gold, anywhere around this Xel'Naga watchtower. So very good by Kiwikaki to spot all those places. Kiwikaki throwing down another very late gateway. Nothing wrong with that. He's focusing more on probes early on. HuK getting a little bit earlier of a gateway himself, and as usual, chrono boosting his probes as much as he can.
Looks like gas going down for both players, so we're not going to see any crazy cheese with a 3-gate zone. Actually, Kiwikaki getting stuck there with his probe. Clicking on the minerals allows them, and there's the gas still.
I'm not sure if I necessarily like this or not, because HuK is just playing so well against this, and HuK's saying, no, that is a good idea. I'm going to steal your gas too. So both players, again, doing this very, very low on gas play, high on minerals, which could lead to an early expand.
Indeed, we'll have to see exactly what players are going to be up to, as both players have stolen the gas. There goes the Cybernetics core for Kiwikaki. Is HuK going to be throwing it down anytime soon? Looks like he's saving up the minerals for it, and Kiwikaki actually doing a little bit of harassment on HuK, trying to stop that Cybernetics core from going down, but HuK does go ahead and get it down.
And it looks like this pylon's a little bit late for Kiwikaki, as he is getting supply blocked. That Cybernetics core is, of course, en route. Very fast second gateway by Kiwikaki, letting his plans be known. HuK hasn't built a second gateway himself yet. And, ooh, there's 2 in gas for HuK. That's a little bit weird of a choice. And by weird of a choice, I mean that's a mistake. Okay, there's 3 in gas finally going on. It looks like we have a pretty mirror match going on from both players at this point.
Yeah, HuK might just be a little bit nervous. Here comes a Stalker coming out for Kiwikaki right now. Some probes there on the trail there with Kiwikaki's right behind HuK's. And do we have a Stalker coming out for HuK? Yes, we do. And another gateway has been thrown down. Up to 3 gates for HuK, and Kiwikaki only on 2 right now.
And we haven't seen that, yeah, like you said, that third gateway from Kiwikaki is nowhere to be found. He's spending it on a little bit more expensive units of the Stalker, wants to be able to deal with any sort of Zealot pressure early on. HuK also getting some Stalkers himself. We do see these 2 probes from Kiwikaki are now retreating to these 2 Xel'Naga watchtowers. So smart to keep that spotting up. And both players are also chrono boosting their warp gates. Nothing too out of the ordinary right now, but already, because those warp gates make units so quickly, you need to be very careful to defend your ramp.
Yeah, Kiwikaki actually chrono boosting his probes instead of that research of the warp gate. So he's trying to get more probes than his opponent, obviously. And HuK is actually going to be chrono boosting the warp gate still. So let's go into the income tab. Looks like Kiwikaki a little bit ahead right now in the harvester count. Doesn't make too much, but it's all the subtle things here in StarCraft.
Yeah, and you know what I love a lot about this game already is the difference between the 2 players. Expenditure of money, more Zealots and Sentries coming out for HuK, and more Stalkers coming out for Kiwikaki. I mean, if your control is as good as Kiwikaki's, that's what you should be doing. I mean, he has absolute pristine control with those Stalkers, and they are extremely fast units. Look, already moving away from the gas as he's killing it off. And there's 2 more gateways from Kiwikaki. I love this aggressive 4-gate style, but with this mix that HuK is going for, I think he's going to be in good shape being able to defend against it.
Kiwikaki did send those 3 Stalkers out into the left of his main. He's scouting for any sneaky play from his fellow Canadian player, HuK, and looks like HuK is actually going for somewhat of a similar build right now. He does have 4 gates, excuse me, and he's going ahead and getting his second gas. We only have 3 gates right now, 4 gates for Kiwikaki as well, so both players going for a 4-gate build, and Kiwikaki does have this forward pylon, so he might be the aggressor right now.
Kiwikaki is going to have a little bit of a window because these 4 gateways were finished long before his opponents, and oh yes, indeed, Kiwikaki loves having more aggressive opportunities, killing off these back-destructible rocks. HuK does have a pylon here. I don't know if he sees going to the HuK cam. He would have to be actively looking down there as there's nothing on the minimap, but yes, there's a sentry getting warped in, wants to be able to throw down force fields if at all necessary, but oh, never leave your front ramp abandoned. That is so dangerous. What makes this map so difficult is this destructible rock in the back, but people tend to forget about their front door.
Yeah, this is one of those maps where if the aggressor is taking down those destructible rocks, he can easily pop back over into that natural expansion, go up that ramp, and then just pop back right into your main. So you definitely have to be careful. HuK keeping his stalkers in the front to get the attack before the units can actually go up the ramp, because remember, in StarCraft 2, high ground does have the advantage.
Yeah, and I do want to note that neither player is making probes at this point. Kiwikaki now moving up, able to snipe down one of those stalkers, and oh, getting trapped. Oh, this is going to be a stalker massacre. HuK morphing in more units. This is a terrible position for Kiwikaki to be in, and another force field gets thrown down. Kiwikaki's food has plummeted with that play, and that is why it is dangerous to get stalkers in tight places.
Indeed, Kiwikaki was a little bit flustered right there. He went ahead and actually attacking one of his stalkers with all of his own. Didn't actually kill it, but definitely showing the fact that that was not a nice force field to be on the opposite end of. And HuK is actually going for a nice counterattack here. Is he going to start taking out these rocks of his opponent? Yes, he is.
And it looks like the gas has not yet been retaken by Kiwikaki. That means that he will not have enough sentries to repel this with 4 fields. He will need pure brunt might to be able to deal with it, but Zealots plus force fields are so tough to deal with. He is annihilating these destructible rocks so quickly, and this is going to be almost impossible for Kiwikaki to hold off.
And while all this is going on, HuK has gone ahead and thrown down a robotics facility, and here comes HuK pushing into the main of Kiwikaki. Kiwikaki's definitely going to be in a tough spot right now, even pulling probes for this
pulling
fight.
Probes off now. It looks like Kiwikaki has a slightly bigger base army mix, but look at those force fields doing so much damage, and HuK has an insanely high zealot count. All the zealots of Kiwikaki are just evaporating, and Kiwikaki is slowly falling behind on the stalker count as well. HuK pushing in to do, it looks like, the final blow. HuK currently up 3-2, could take the championship with this push right here, killing off all the stalkers, no matter how much micro you have.
And
it's
GG.
not going to be enough. HuK winning that series decisively.
And HuK is the grand champion here at MLG Raleigh. Let's give another round of applause for our champion, HuK.
And there he is standing up on the right. He played an amazing tournament, came straight through the winner's bracket, defeated Kiwikaki in the winner's bracket finals, and then in the grand finals, managed to take the series very, very convincingly. He's really definitely stepped up his play from the tournaments we've recently seen, absolutely exploiting more, expanding different tech patterns. The Phoenixes in Game 2 today were very awesome to see.